Well, if you've been reading the headlines lately, you'd probably think the property market is in for a rough ride. The Reserve Bank held the cash rate steady through June after a run of aggressive increases, and while inflation's easing, it's still hovering around 4% above the RBA's target band. On top of that, the federal budget changes to negative gearing and capital gains tax are now legislated alongside new restrictions stopping self-managed super funds from borrowing for residential property. Naturally, this shift is hitting high investor suburbs across the country the hardest. Locally, we're seeing that exact trend play out, with investor-heavy pockets like Frankston, North and Kringle being hit the hardest, with prices softening quite a bit over the past few months. However, the low investor owner-occupier areas like Frankston South, Seaford and Langwarrin have been holding relatively steady. Between February and May, the market definitely tightened up. However, June felt like the month where everything stabilised and transaction volumes actually ticked up for the first time in quite a few months. The reality is that as interest rates rise, borrowing capacity shrinks, and that naturally impacts property prices. But the real-time data tells a much more positive story than what the media is pushing. In June alone, Ray White sold 1,306 properties across Victoria, and yes, while that's down just over 6% on this time last year, it's actually up more than 3% compared to June 2024. We met just shy of 30,000 buyers at our open homes last month, and when you combine that with our healthy transaction numbers, it proves we're dealing with serious, active buyers ready to strike when they see fair value. And as the largest auction business in Frankston City, our results truly speak for themselves. We wrapped up June with a strong 67% auction clearance rate, outperforming the state average, and our final auction weekend of the month, we hit an 80% clearance rate with 4 out of 5 properties selling over our owners' reserves. The momentum is building fast, with the number of active bidders at Ray White auctions jumping up just shy of 20% from June into the first 2 weeks of July. If you're thinking about selling, how you go to market matters more than ever. Our local data shows that over the past 3 months, 73% of properties that chose the auction method achieved an unconditional sale within 30 days, compared to just 41% of properties listed via private treaty. Looking ahead at the next 60 days, total stock on market across Frankston City has tightened, dropping from 550 down to 518 available properties on realestate.com. This tells us that supply and demand are balancing out through the winter months, and in fact, selling conditions right now might actually be better than what we'll see in spring, when the usual post-AFL Grand Final rush of new listings flood the market, giving buyers more choice and potentially more bargaining power. While the first half of the year definitely took a hit from rising rates and tax changes, the second half is already bringing a lot more optimism. As we head towards the end of the year, we hope the narrative to finally shift away from rate hikes and firmly towards cash rate cuts, which is exactly what we need to inject a fresh wave of confidence right back into the local market now, because a large chunk of investors have been sidelined by the latest policy changes. So we're not expecting, property prices to absolutely boom once rates do come down. Instead, 2027 looks perfectly poised for solid, reliable growth, just at a much more moderate and sustainable pace than what we experienced last year. Make sure you stay tuned to our channel, because we're about to launch our detailed suburb updates with a hyper-local breakdown of exactly what's happening in the market, in your backyard. If you want to know what your property's worth in the current environment, hit the link in our bio to book your free property appraisal, or get in touch with one of our local expert agents today. I'm Ash Weston, thanks for tuning in.